Good evening and welcome to ISTV News. This is Suraj Khongbantavan giving you the news. First, the headlines. Toppers of council examination felicitated. Education Minister June20101 stresses role of people in promoting education in Manipur, and people of Oinam strongly protest killing of an assistant horticulture officer. Ask government of Manipur to pay rupees 10 lakh compensation. Now the news in detail. 17th edition of the annual award distribution for the toppers of class 12 examination conducted by Council of Secondary Education Manipur was held today at Jawaharlal Nehru Manipur Dance Academy. Education Minister June20101 and Council Chairperson W. Bempisa were also present at the function organized under Directorate of Education S. Speaking on the occasion, June20101 urged the toppers not to be complacent but to work harder so that they may excel in future also. Underlining the need for students to be able to compete in these days of stiff competition, he asked the students to work hard so that Manipur is ahead of the rest of the nation in the field of education. Admitting the mistakes and failure of the State Education Department for the past 20 to 30 years, which culminated and reflected in the uncertainty and disturbances in the present Manipur, he maintained that the department is making all-out efforts to take education on the right track. He also cited setting up of model schools, introduction of computer-aided teaching and training of teachers to bring about a significant change in the education sector. The department is making all possible efforts to produce world-class students from the state. He, however, cautioned that despite the best policy and investment in education, it will not be able to bear fruit without the cooperation and support from all sections of the society. He especially sought for balanced coordination and support of teachers, guardians and public to achieve a successful education system in the state. Top 20 students, each from the science, arts and commerce streams, were presented with certificates, cash prizes and books as acknowledgement and encouragement to the toppers. Unidentified armed person shot dead assistant horticulture officer of Bisnupur district, Nongthombam Sarat Singh, at his Oinam residence last night. In protest against the killing, a public meeting followed by dharna was held at Oinam Bazaar. Sarat was fatally injured after two unidentified armed persons barged into his house and shot him at point blank. He succumbed to his injuries at Caesar Hospital. The public meeting and dharna was attended by local people, school students and well-wishers. The protest denounced killing of Sarat and asked if killing of innocent persons will achieve independence. They also alleged that so-called killers wanted to survive themselves without the public. MLA I. Bohandi, UCM President Yumnamcha Dilip Kumar also took part in the dharna. Those who spoke at the meeting made it clear that open protest was held to show that common people's tolerance was running out and they no more could remain as a mute spectator. A woman who took part in the protest came out strongly against the killing of innocent people for the sake of money, defying all revolutionary norms. Asking if killing spree could bring independence, she said, let there be no insurgency movement, and said that people are fed up with their activities. A protest rally was also taken out in and around the Oinam areas to show dissent and protest against the killing. Narrating the horrible incident to some media persons, Idem Nungshi, wife of late Sarat, disclosed that two KYKL cadres came to meet her husband on the pretext of asking to make arrangements for the shelter of some cadres. However, one among the two suddenly whipped out a pistol and shot her husband in the head in front of her. She also added her husband did not get any demand from underground groups and sought clarification for killing her husband. Meanwhile, a JAC against the killing was formed and submitted a memorandum to the Chief Minister. The memorandum demanded fitting punishment to the killers, a compensation of rupees 10 lakh to the Bire family and an appropriate government job to the next of kin. The JAC also warned that in case the government failed to respond positively, the JAC will be constrained to call for a 12-hour ban along the Tidim Road on 22nd June. A 3-day summer camp for school-going children began today at the Kuman Lampak Youth Hostel. The youth camp, organized for the 5th time, is being organized by